Hello, Rory Goddard here. Thanks for tuning in. So I've just started using Camtasia, and what I wanted to do today is show you some of the features that Camtasia has and also demonstrate how to use those features. So this video is going to be useful for those who are looking into getting Camtasia and having a look at what features it does have and how easy it is to use. It's also going to be useful for people who already have Camtasia and they haven't quite figured out exactly how to get started using Camtasia. So let's get started. Alright, so the first thing I want to show you is how to record a video. So quite simply, up in the top corner here, all you need to do is hit that record button. Once you hit that record button, this little panel will show up somewhere on your screen. Before you start recording, so obviously where this stop button is, there's a record button, and to start recording you just hit that. But before you do that, you can actually customize what part of the screen you want to be recorded. So you could choose to have the whole screen recorded, or you can customize it to any particular area. You can also choose whether or not you want the audio recorded, and same with the camera or your webcam. Before you do start recording your videos, there is one thing that I do want to show you, because when I first installed Camtasia, my canvas here was not the right size, and I just wanted to show you how to edit that. So if you go up to the top here and go to edit, and then you come down to preferences and then go across to project, this is where you can edit your canvas dimensions to whatever you feel you'd like. So these are the different options you have. Alright, so once you finish recording, all of the media that you've recorded will show up in the top corner here in the media bin. Down here, this is actually where you're going to choose which recordings you want to use, and this is also where you're going to edit things. So when you make that first recording for the task that you're doing, it'll automatically show up down here, but for the subsequent recordings that you make, you may need to drag them down. So this is one that I'm going to add in here. So the next thing I wanted to show you is one thing in particular with Camtasia 2019 is it always records the screen. So there's no option to actually not record the screen. So just say if you just want your webcam to be displayed and you didn't want to record the screen, I just want to show you how to do that. So the first thing all you need to do is, once you've dragged it down, you just click on the bottom one. So this is the camera with the audio, and this is the screen recording down the bottom here. So all you need to do is click on that, and you can just cut it, or you can hit backspace and then it's gone. And then obviously all you need to do is customize or drag out the video recording so it fills up the screen, and there you have it. It's ready to go. Alright, so the next thing I want to show you is how to add in intros, lower thirds, and outros. So intros and outros are pretty self-explanatory. If you don't know what a lower third is, it's what you saw at the start there when my name and my web address came up on the side of the screen. So I'm just going to show you how to do that. Essentially, you go through the same process to add in the intros and the outros. So on the side here, left panel here, you just go to library. As you can see, intros, lower thirds, and there's a few other options you can do to add in music tracks and things like that. But for now, I'm just going to show you how to add in the lower third. So all you do is click on lower third. You can have a look. If you double click on these, it actually comes up with a display of showing you what it looks like. I'm going to choose this one. So all you need to do is just double click on it. Sorry, that's to review it. All you need to do is actually drag and drop. So very easy to use Camtasia. It's all just a drag and drop functionality. Once you've got it in there, if you go up to all you need to do is click on it, and then up here in the right hand side of the page, you just need to edit in the text. So obviously I'm putting in my name here, and then my web address, and then that's good to go. So then if I just hit play, there it is there on the left hand side of the screen. And then also down here, so at the moment it's got it going for 8 seconds, so I probably only want that to go for 6 seconds, so I'm just going to drag this back down to about 6 seconds. And that's as easy as that. So same sort of thing, if you wanted to add in an intro or an outro, you'd just be going through those files and choosing out the one that you like, and then you can just edit all the text and everything in the top right hand corner, and then you can edit where you want it by just dragging it to different parts of your video. You might want it, so if it's an intro, it's probably going to be before your first recording, or if it's an outro, it's going to be right at the end, obviously. So that's it. That's how to add in intros, lower thirds, and outros. Another thing to note with your intros and lower thirds and outros is Camtasia actually have a lot more options than what's displayed in here. So you can actually go hit this download more assets here, and you can go to the Camtasia website and you're able to download more assets, different options for your lower thirds and your outros and intros. Some you have to pay for, and some that they offer free. So if you wanted to have a look around and get some more variety with those sort of animations, then you can go and download them from the Camtasia website. The next thing I want to show you how to do is how to add in annotations. So annotations are essentially text or shape overlays that you can put onto your videos that help to increase the experience of the video. So it does that by increasing the information that you're able to convey. It does that by pointing out particular parts of your screen that are important, or they might increase the interactivity and the engagement of the viewer. So to add in annotations, you just go into this left panel again, hit on the annotations button, and then as you can see up the top here, if you want to add in text, arrows to point to certain parts of your screen, you can add in shapes, blur or highlight things, sketch motion shapes, and so forth. So what I'm going to do is just show you how to add in text and maybe a few shapes. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do is just drag the cursor to the point where I want to add in the annotation so I can see what it looks like as I'm building it out. Now the first thing I want to do for this particular annotation, or for this particular part of the video, is I'm creating the transition slide to say that what I'm about to start talking about. So I'm just going to pull down a shape and put it there. So this is basically going to be the background. So I've brought down this white square. I'm actually going to take up the entire screen with that. Whoops, cursor's being a bit funny. So that's going to be my background. I'm actually going to change the color. So I've got it highlighted here, and then I can go over and just change the color of that. I'm going to make it maybe a green. Yeah, that looks fine. Go with the theme of Camtasia. The next thing I'm going to do is some text. So I'm going to drag some text down. Let's go just with, you see, there we go. And this was how to record with Camtasia. Position that where I want it. I can choose the size of the text. That looks good. And then when I play that, alright, so while I've got my microphone plugged in, I actually can't hear the audio, but once I've taken that out, I might play around with exactly how long these go for, or exactly where I position them based on the audio, or what I'm actually speaking about at the time. So yeah, same sort of thing. You can just drag and drop and make those last for as long as you like, or as short as you like. And yeah, that's how you add in annotations. Obviously you can get creative with these But yeah, the thing that makes it so great with Camtasia is it's just all drag and drop functionality, and this panel on the right here makes it easy, very easy to edit any annotations that you put in. Alright, so the next thing I'm going to show you how to do is how to add behaviors or animations to the annotations that you've put into your video. So on the left hand panel here again, we're just going to go down to behaviors, and as you can see here you've got a list of different behaviors, which is essentially it's choosing how you want your text or your shapes or any of your annotations to show up, how you want them to appear and enter into your video. So for example, let's say if I want this text to come in an explosion, then all I have to do is drag that down, put it into the texts section there, and then if I play that, there you have it. Easy as that. The next thing I want to do is just show you some of the visual effects that you can add to Camtasia. So sometimes it might be displayed here, the visual effects buttons, but sometimes you might need to hit on this more button and it'll be displayed down here. But if we click on that visual effects button, obviously here is all of the different visual effects you can add to your video. So if you want to, let's just make, where am I? I'll just make this bigger so you can see some of the things that it does to this image. So just say if I wanted to make that black and white, all I'd need to do is either drag it across to here or drag it down into that section down in the editing part, and obviously that changes it to black and white. If I wanted to, just say I was recording it in front of a green screen and I wanted to remove a color, then all I would need to do is bring that across, drop it into there, and then I can choose which color I want removed from that. So I can try white, but because I don't have that green screen behind me, it's probably going to cut out some of me. Yeah. So, but obviously, if you set that up correctly, it's a great way to cut out the background. Let's just remove that. So to remove it, you can just hit the cross button there, and it's gone. The next thing I'll show you, so you can clip speed, so you can drag that in, and then you can adjust on the right here, you can adjust the clip speed to just say if you wanted something to be in slow motion or if you wanted it to speed up, you can adjust it. So what else have we got here? We've got borders, so if you wanted to put a border around anything, same thing, you just drag and drop, and then you can adjust the color of the border and also the thickness of the border. Another great function here is the interactive hotspot. So depending on where you're putting the video, you might be able to add in a clickable link essentially. So just say at the start of my video, if I wanted people to be able to click on my web address there and it would take them to the site, then what I could do is I could add that into there, and then on the right hand side panel here I can come down and I can put in my URL, open a new tab, then depending on where you post this video, so in order to actually produce it with the clickable links, you need to produce it to screencast, and then that gives you an embed code that you can then embed into a website or somewhere. You just can't, like if you wanted to upload straight to YouTube or something like that, those clickable links won't work. But if you're embedding it into a website, then you'd share it through screencast, and then you can get your embed code once you've done that, and you can embed it into your website with the clickable links. So that's about all for the visual effects. So let's now have a look at how to trim and cut piece of media out of your video recording so that it all fits together nicely. Now at the start of this video, as you can see, I go from talking and then I go into turning off the recording. So obviously we want to cut that out of the video. So I'm going to bring it back to the point just where I stopped talking. I want to make sure this is highlighted, and then I just need to go to this button here. So that's going to split it and break that piece of media up into two separate recordings. And then I'm just going to click on that one, and then I can either hit the cut button there or just hit backspace, and it's gone. If there was, say, a screen recording with that down the bottom here, then you'd want to make sure that was highlighted at the same time, and it will split them both at the same time. So they're both split at the exact same point. And then what you're going to want to do is drag all of your media back to where it needs to be. So everything lines up again. And that's it. So that's basically how to trim and cut and edit the video. Alright, let's now have a look at how to add in transitions. So this is little bits of animation that you'll put in between different bits of media to increase engagement. So down here we're just going to go to transitions, and then obviously within that you have lots of different options that you can use for the transition. For this one I'm just going to put in a flip. So all you need to do is drag it down and place it in between the two bits of media where you want that to occur, and then when we hit play there, so let's get started. Before I get started, simple as that. Alright, so that's about all for this video. I think I've covered everything I wanted to cover, and I hope you got a lot out of that, and it's helped you to feel more comfortable using Camtasia, or it's helped to make up your mind as to whether or not you want to trial Camtasia. So just to let you know, if you go down into the description, you can actually sign up for a 30-day free trial with Camtasia, and you can have a go at using all of these functions and practicing, and you know, fiddling around with recording your own videos and editing them the way you like with some of the functionalities that I've taught you today. So thanks again for watching. If you did get value from this, please hit the subscribe button and ring that notification bell so you can be notified when I bring out my next video. Other than that, peace out.